Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's go and get a smear test together.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down.
Okay, so as you can tell by the title, this vlog is a little bit of a different one to what I would normally be filming, but I thought this would hopefully be very helpful. Before this video starts, this is future me. I wanted to just quickly pop on and make sure that you are aware of what this video is talking about. It's talking all about smear tests and it's all going to be based on my own personal experience. If you think that's something that could trigger you in any way, shape or form, please click off this video now. I want to make sure I put this in there just in case. Everything I mention, everything that I talk about is going to be based completely on my own experience. Obviously, as we know, every woman's body is completely different, so everyone's going to have a slightly different experience when it comes to smear tests. I have just documented what happened at my smear test and all of like the emotions and everything that went alongside with it. So it may not be what happens at your smear test, but I've just tried to encapsulate everything that happened at mine to the best of my ability. But yes, if you do think that could trigger you in any way, shape or form, please click off this video now. It is not worth it, and I will see you next week with another video that's a lot less serious. But yeah, it's just something I really wanted to share because I think it would be something that would have really helped me. I feel like this is something that I wish I saw around 6 months ago when I first got that letter through the post telling me to book my smear test, because when I saw that I was like, I don't know what it is. It absolutely terrified me. I was like, it's one of those things that I never thought was going to come around. And as soon as I got the letter, I was like, oh my God, it's far too real that I've got to go to the doctor and get like that all done. And yeah, as I said, very not proudly, I will admit, I have put this off for around 8 months, I think. So I'm pretty sure you get it sent around 6 months before your 25th birthday. I think I got it a month early though, because I definitely remember thinking this is earlier than I was expecting this. And it's now a month after my 25th birthday. So it's quite literally 8 months after I received the letter, which is so bad. And I know that's awful and I do not recommend anybody else doing that. But I honestly have just been putting it off. I have got a very forgetful brain in general, so I did just keep forgetting that I'd even got the letter, but I kept leaving the letter somewhere that I knew I would keep finding it, and whenever I found it, I'd be like, maybe not today, we're not going to sort that out today, maybe next week. And then those next weeks became next month, and now it's literally 8 months later, and we have now got a smear test. I did actually book it for a couple of weeks ago, but my doctor had to like change the date, so I got really like ready for it, and it got cancelled, and I was like, oh my God, guys, please just let me get this done now, because it feels like it's just putting it off and it's making me more anxious about it. But I feel like smear tests are one of those things that are really not demonized, but like made to sound like they're the worst thing in the entire world. Like, I've got quite a lot of friends that are older than me, and everyone has literally said for their first smear test they were absolutely terrified. But I think that's because online people make out that it's this like massive scary thing, and I'm sure it's not going to be. So I thought I would just try and break it down for everybody. For any of you that are also feeling a little bit scared to book your smear test, hopefully this can be a little bit of like a big sister hug and being like, you know what, here's what the experience is like. I'm going to take you along with me so you know exactly what's going to happen, because the way my brain works, if I know exactly what is going to happen step by step, I would have been a lot less anxious about getting it done. But I think a lot of the anxiety for me anyway has come from it being completely just like the unknown. But yeah, I just wish I could have seen somebody else getting it done so I knew it was going to happen. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Hoping my nurse does not think I'm an absolute weirdo taking a camera into my smear test with me. But you know what? This is what we're willing to do to make everybody else feel a little bit more comfortable. In a weird way, taking my camera with me makes me feel less anxious. Is that really weird? I feel like just having you guys with me, even though you're not actually there, just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. I don't know what it is. I just don't feel like I'm on my own, because the thought of going to it on my own is what terrifies me. But yeah, it's currently just gone 10 AM and my smear appointment is at 11:45. I'm leaving it as late as possible to have a shower because I don't know what it is. The thought of somebody being down there and it not being like 110% clean, that makes me feel really uncomfortable. But yeah, one thing I would also say about your smear test when you're booking it, something that I know that would have made me personally feel a lot more comfortable that I didn't do, that I think is actually a bit of a source of my anxiety, is I didn't check if the nurse was a male or a female. Obviously, where my smear appointment got changed, I kind of just took whatever I could get, because basically the next 3 weeks I'm not going to be in the UK. So I was like, let me just take whatever appointment I can get, and I completely forgot to check if it was with a male or a female. I've spoken to a lot of my friends. Nobody yet has told me they've ever had an appointment with a male nurse for their smear test. So I'm hoping I'm just going to walk in and it's going to be a female. But there's obviously no way of me knowing that. And the thought of it being a guy, like, I know that sounds really, really bad. Obviously they're still professional. Obviously they like know exactly what they're doing as much as a woman. woman, but like, I don't know, something about me, I just would rather it be a woman doing something to do with my female lady parts, if that makes sense. So that is one tip I would probably say that I think would have actually really helped me, is making sure that the nurse is 110% a woman. No offense to you guys out there that are doing God's work and are helping us all. Personally, I just do think it would have made me feel a little bit more comfortable. I will stop rambling. I'm gonna show you what outfit I decided to wear, because that's also something that's actually really stressing me out, because I kind of wish I was getting it done in summer so I could just wear a dress and then just like, and not feel like my entire fanny is just out. I think if I was the type of person that went to get waxes, I wouldn't be deeping it as much, but I literally have never had my fanny out for a stranger, ever. I don't get stuff like that done. Like, so I think if I got like Brazilian waxes and stuff like that, like I'd be a bit more used to it, but I know they're professionals and I know it's their job and I know they see fannies like freaking all day, every single day to do the same thing, but like, oh, it just feels like a very intimate thing, but it'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, I just want to try and be as open and honest about how I'm personally feeling going into the smear test with you guys, just in case any of you are feeling the same going into yours, and hopefully I'll be able to show you and prove to myself and to you guys that there was literally nothing to worry about. But I think we're gonna go with a massive oversized top, you know, ones that like cover your whole bum kind of vibe, so I still feel like I'm wearing something like this. That's literally what I'm wearing right now. Like, I'm wearing one that goes out to my knees. So I'm literally going to be turning up to the GP surgery looking like I've literally just walked out of bed, but you know what, I'd rather have that and feel a little bit more comfortable. So I will show you the outfit once we have chosen it, like it's anything that I'm like, choose my outfit for my smear test with me, more for practical reasons obviously. But yeah, obviously, as I said, if I was going in more like a sunshiny month, right now it's literally pissing it down with rain outside, so obviously it would look a bit strange for me to go out in a summer dress, but I would say if you are going in a month that is a little bit more summery, has a little bit of sunshine, wear a dress, because that's exactly what I would do. But obviously we do not have that right now. So I'm gonna have to try and pick something from my wardrobe that's gonna make me feel a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, I will catch up with you guys just before we leave. I'll see you soon. I love you guys. So as we said, here is my outfit of the day. We have gone with a really long jumper. Can you see? The angle is not it, but can you see? My bum finishes here and it like covers the rest of my bum. I literally bought this as like a winter nightie because I like wearing like really oversized things. So we are wearing my winter nightie to this appointment, and then just some black joggers and some like slippy offy shoes. But yeah, we need to be there in 18 minutes. But yeah, I've actually decided to drive there. It's actually not really a very far walk, so I could walk, but something in my brain is getting stressed about walking because obviously I've just had a shower to make myself all clean. But if I walk, it's like a really uphill walk. I'm scared I'm gonna get all sweaty. I don't want the nurse to have to deal with me sweaty at all. I wanna be like fresh and clean, so I'm gonna drive. Every other doctor appointment I have, I always walk, but I just really don't wanna be sweaty. I feel like it's just gonna give me more anxiety. If I get there and I'm sweaty, I'm gonna get more stressed. So I think the best thing is to drive. We're gonna just have to hope there are some parking spaces, because there are very limited parking spaces. If there aren't parking spaces, we are a bit fucked. We'll just have to park on the road and hope we don't get a ticket. But I'm stressed, I'm not gonna lie. The nerves are nerving. They're starting to really kick in and like settle in. And I'm just starting to feel a little bit stressed. But it's fine. It's a normal emotion. You feel stressed to do something you've never normally done. But yeah, I'm going with you, so we're absolutely fine. We've got nothing to be stressed about, and I'm sure it's gonna be a lot less bad than I think it's gonna be. But yeah, let's go and get this smear test done. I just can't wait for it to be over and not have to think about it for another like, yeah, please hurry up. Oh my God, guys, I got to the GP surgery and there was no parking. But thankfully, I found somewhere that's like a 2-minute walk from the GP that I can park at for 2 hours. And I'm sure that'll be long enough, so we are all good. I am so glad that we did drive because it's absolutely pissing down with rain. I feel like we can't really tell when we're in the car, but oh my God, the rain is honestly no joke. But let's go. Our appointment is in 11 minutes, so let's walk to the GP surgery and get this done with. I'm really hoping that the nurse doesn't mind me recording. I'm gonna ask, we're gonna be brave. I may end up filming it on my phone. We'll see how it goes. Let's go to the GP surgery and get this all done and over with so I can stop worrying about it. I'm nervous, guys, I'm really nervous. Can you now tell how much it's raining? It's literally like it's got a river next to my car. They're running so late. I've been sat here for 10 minutes and my appointment hasn't come up yet. I literally hate sitting in the waiting room. It makes me so anxious, but we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. It's future me again. I want to quickly just pop on again. Everything I say in the next section is obviously based on my personal experience with my smear test. As I said at the start, loads and loads of women have different experiences. Everyone's bodies are different, so it's bound to be different for everybody. I have just put together what I personally found from my own smear test. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was made very, very clear. and like social media.
Oh, okay.
How do I need to sit?
So the pillow looks like it's halfway down, but that's
Yeah.
where your head needs to be.
Okay.
So basically, your bottom bit needs to shimmy down if you're not in the right place. One there, and then just relax, okay? New York's a great place.
Yeah, I love New York. This is such a strange feeling.
I know, it just feels a bit odd, doesn't it? Just look as much as you can. I know, I can't sort of find the word to actually describe how it feels.
It's kind of just like a big pinch. It's like someone's putting a really big tampon up me with pinching, which is just a bit strange, but...
It's all done there.
That's done?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
Are you joking? I saw a TikTok that basically showed the apparatus that like they use, and it makes it look so scary. Guys, let's actually talk about that real quick, because I am in so much shock. I do not understand how that has been made any deal of at all. Like, that was not painful at all. Like, it literally, without being completely TMI, it literally just felt like we were getting down to the deed with a slightly larger than normal going inside of you. That's all it felt like. I don't understand how that has been made such a deal of it for being painful. Like, I'm actually in shock. When I say, guys, I'm very open with you guys. If that hurt one bit, I would have sat here and been like, guys, beware. That was like actually kind of painful. I'm actually in shock. I'm annoyed at myself that I put that off for so freaking long, because what on earth, that did literally not hurt. As you literally would have seen, I would have inserted the clips. Also, very sorry I didn't use my actual camera. I kind of walked in and I had my camera in my pocket, like ready to say to her, like, oh, do you mind me vlogging it? Like, just so I can make other people comfortable. But like, I didn't get the vibe that she'd be the type of person that would be happy with me doing that. So I just like kind of used my phone, which I do think actually was worse, because I was sat there with my phone like this to my face. I didn't realise until like a couple of minutes in, it literally looked like I was recording this poor woman searching through my fanny. So I probably should have just used the camera and just said like, oh, hi, I'm recording it, but we live and we learn. She basically said, we'll get the results back in the space of like 7 days. She said allow up to like 2 weeks. And pretty much if they see anything like abnormal, you either need to go to the hospital, or if it's nothing that they think is too bad, instead of having your smear test every 3 years, you'll have it every year, just to make sure that it's not growing or like there's no like more abnormalities. They'll just basically keep a bit more of a check on it. But I can't believe I made a deal out of that. I cannot believe that I waited 8 whole months to go into that nurse's room and get that done. What I did really appreciate about that nurse, I'm not gonna lie, firstly, hip hip fucking hooray, she was a woman. I think I would have felt a lot more uncomfortable if it was a man. I actually didn't even feel uncomfortable. Like, she just came in and she was just talking to me about life. She was like, oh, so like, started asking about my job. She was like, and then it came up that I was going on holiday, so we were just speaking about my holiday. All of this whilst, she didn't even say to me like, do you mind like spreading your legs? It just kind of happened. Like, it didn't feel uncomfortable. It wasn't like hyper aware of there being someone going through my fanny. We were just having a little chit chat whilst it was all going on, and I literally, like, in the middle of it, I was like, is this it? Is this actually it? Am I, like, what? Like, she was literally saying to me, the amount of people that put it off end up coming and are like, oh my god, that was literally nothing. Because I actually don't see how anyone would find that painful. Obviously, everyone has, like, different, like, vaginas. Some people have tighter vaginas. Maybe I just have a really wide set vagina that it didn't hurt me at all. Personally, obviously, all of this is, like, from my own personal opinion. So, if you go to your smear test and you are like, oh my god, she lied to me, this is literally just my personal opinion. Like, I did not feel any pain at all. That was literally absolutely fine, and I'm actually really just annoyed at myself for putting that off for so long. But yeah, if you haven't had your smear test, let this be your sign to go and get your smear test, because girl, genuinely, I've had more painful sex than that, and like, my sex doesn't hurt at all. So let me tell you now, just get it done. Look after yourself. I'm not even 100% sure on what it's checking for. She did explain it before, but I was getting a little bit stressed while she was talking to me, so I was like, nothing is going in, everything's just going over my head right now. So not actually understand what it's checking for. Okay, we've googled it. It's a HPV test that looks for the virus, not even gonna try and say that virus name out loud, that can cause cell changes on the cervix. So, no, still not really 100% sure what that means, but it must be important if they're literally telling every single woman at the age of 25 to get it done. Like, just don't put it off. But yeah, hopefully this has shown you a little bit of reassurance. Like, I wish I saw a vlog like this that basically just showed, like, this is the honest truth. Like, obviously, when I went into the nurse's office, she just kind of sat me down and just said, like, do you have any questions? And I was like, no, please, just get it done. Like, I don't want to know. But yeah, she just basically obviously went over what was going to happen. There was like a massive curtain, so I just got myself ready, like obviously took my trousers off, took my shoes off and everything behind the curtain, and then obviously I just said to her, hey, I'm ready, you can come in. That she literally adjusted the height of like the bed chair thing that like they have in all like doctor's offices, and I just sat really, like, it was quite far down, the pillows, it was like quite near the end, so I just sat on that halfway down with my booty kind of hanging like near the end so she could get in. Just had to spread your legs, and I didn't see what she was putting in there because I know from watching a TikTok a really long time ago, the thing looks a lot scarier than it actually is. So I was like, I don't want to see what you're putting down there, to be honest. Like, you just do your thing. She opened everything up, put a massive light down there so she could like see what she was looking for, put the thing in, did whatever girl needed to do, took it out, and she was like, go, it's done. And I was like, what on earth? I do not understand how this has been made such a big deal of. But yeah, we had a very, very positive smear test, and as I said, I hope that if you're watching this and you haven't had your smear test, please use this as your sign to call the GP and get it booked in, because when I say it was just not a scary experience at all, and I'm really, really bad with things at the doctors. Like, I literally always avoid going to the doctors, which is really, really bad. But from somebody that gets terrified by any kind of treatments like that, let me tell you, that was literally probably the easiest doctor's appointment I have ever had. And I've had really easy doctor's appointments, like that was absolutely fine. So yes, use this as your sign to go and get your smear test done, get it booked in, get it done, and you will soon realise that you're stressing literally over nothing. So yes, I'm actually so surprised. I'm so glad that I had such a positive experience, because now it's something for the rest of my life that I'm not gonna have to worry about, because as women, as I said, you either get it done every year if there's a slight like abnormality, or you get it done every 3 years. So it's something that we're gonna be doing for a long, long time. So I'm very glad that it's something that I've just conquered the fear of when I was 25, not let it get any further. But if you have let it get any further than that, that is also fine. It's better to do it now than pay it off any longer, and trust me, it is completely fine. It literally did not hurt at all. Out of a scale of 0 to 10 of pain factor, I would literally say a 1. Hopefully that has settled your mind a little bit, and hopefully this has given you that final little push to go and get your smear test done. And if you are too young to get your smear test done, when you turn 24 and a half and that smear test letter comes through your door, do not ignore it like I did. Please just go and get it checked out. It's such an important thing that we get checked, and it literally is completely fine. I wish someone showed me a video like this 6 months ago, so I just booked it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, it's a bit of a different one that we normally would post, but yeah, I just wanted to create the video that I was looking for personally when I was going for my smear test, because seeing this would have made me book it so much longer ago, and obviously the sooner you get things caught, if there is anything wrong, the better it is. So I just wish I did book it earlier. And also, if you do have any questions on your smear test, if you're feeling a bit worried about anything and you do have any questions that you want to ask, either DM me on Instagram if you don't want it to be on like a public comment section, or just comment it down below and I will go through the comments and answer any of your questions if you do have any. But thank you so much for watching. I do hope this has helped you feel a little bit more chilled about your smear test, and it has given you that little confidence boost to just go and get it booked and hopefully stop overthinking it, because I feel like I've literally said this about 50 million times in this video, but it's absolutely fine. Like, I swear to you, hopefully I'm a trustworthy enough source, and I literally always tell you guys as it is. Like, genuinely, this is not something to put off. It didn't hurt at all, so just go and get it booked. But I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new here, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos by me. But yeah, we'll be back to our normal content as of next week. I've got such exciting content coming in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, we're gonna be on holiday, which I'm so excited for. So the next vlog you see is either gonna be the last one in the UK or the first one on holiday. And I'm so excited to get out of this rainy country. I'm so excited. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and make sure you go and get your smear test booked. Get it booked and stop putting it off. But other than that, I love you, and I'll see you next Sunday for another video. I love you.